Wow, just like that, back with another Portable Clint. All right, my next guest. There's only about 2,500 movies in Hollywood that I care about, and this guy's in one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Cameron. Oh, look at you, dude. Look at you.
God.
Dean Cameron, thank you so much for doing this, man.
Why not?
Okay, let me tell you something. I was thinking about it. There's literally about 2,500, maybe 3,000 movies out there that are worth something.
Okay.
In my world. You were in one of them.
Okay.
And as you just heard. But is it true that you were in summer school?
I was in summer school. The movie.
The movie.
Not the actual summer school, but
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I had the right Dean Cameron before we started.
yeah. No, I look a little different.
No, I know. All right, Dean, we're going to get started. We're going to go back in time. Tell me when you were inspired to become an actor.
Okay, well, my dad was an English and a drama teacher in Santa Barbara. And I lived in Oklahoma with my mom, and I would spend my summers in Santa Barbara with him. And they had this great summer theater program called Youth Theater. And the first play I did was Our Town, John Ritter, before he was John Ritter. He was a Pro-Am production, but his big claim to fame at the time was he played a preacher on the Waltons, and he won an Emmy for that.
Okay.
And a couple other people, Renee Auberjonois, who just left us.
Sure.
Sean Barbell. Anyway, but in that play was Anthony Edwards and Eric Stoltz, and a couple other people who are still around.
I love all those guys.
Yeah. And
I don't know them, but I love them.
Yeah, great. And so I became friends with them, and every summer we'd do plays, do a couple shows, musicals, Oliver, whatever. And so when they started in junior high, they started coming down to LA doing commercials and guest star stuff on and I was in Oklahoma, and I thought, well, if they can do that, I can do that.
Sure, yeah.
So when I graduated high school, when I was 17, moved out here, we were all roommates. Eric, Tony, this guy Scott Durnovich, and I were...
Tony is Anthony?
Anthony, sorry. Anthony.
No, that's fine. I'm just making sure I'm following
He
along.
had to change his name to Anthony because there was already a Tony Edwards in the set.
Okay, okay.
And this guy Scott Durnovich, we all lived in a one-bedroom apartment across the street from USC. It was hell. It was hell.
You say hell, but I bet it was a fun hell.
No, it was,
no?
It was bad.
Okay.
I mean, looking back, you have sort of romantic.
Yeah.
But it was not good. We had a typewriter and a bunch of paper, and we'd write these passive-aggressive scripts. Like, hi, I'm Tony. I'm going to leave my towels on the couch today. Scott, I'm going to throw all my, like, just stuff like that. Very passive-aggressive. Anyway, so then, because we were all waiting, we were supposed to live in this house. We were supposed to rent this house in Hollywood.
Who's all going to rent this house in
Tony,
Hollywood?
Anthony Edwards,
Everybody.
Eric
You
Stoltz,
just
Scott, and
okay,
myself.
okay.
But it never came through. So anyway, so I ended up living with Eric Stoltz and this girl Ali Sheedy.
Yeah,
We were all roommates, and we had a place out in...
Wait, Dean, I just have to, let's stop there for a second. So you're telling me you were roommates with Ali Sheedy and Eric Stoltz?
Yeah.
That just blows my mind for some reason. But anyway, go ahead.
And so, and I've skipped forward a few years. I'd gotten an agent and stuff at this point.
Okay, well, hang on, because I kind of like to know that too.
Okay.
So you moved to LA, so you were in Santa Barbara.
Right.
When did you move? When did you drive into LA to go, okay, I'm going to start becoming an actor? Because that's what you wanted. That's why you moved down here, right?
Yeah.
What did you want to accomplish by moving down here?
Well,
I know you want to be an actor, but what kind? What are you looking for?
all I wanted was to work as an actor. And I mean, the whole idea of, being a movie star would be great, but I always realized it was probably going to be a character actor, the way I looked. And I patted myself after Dustin Hoffman.
Okay, great.
I thought I'd like to be like Dustin Hoffman. That was great, because I loved him. So anyway, Scott and I moved into a horrible place near MacArthur Park. This tiny little 2-bedroom place. And I sent out 50, I got my pictures taken, we all the same manager. And
he's not still your manager today?
No.
Okay.
And I got my pictures taken and sent out 50 photographs and resumes, my resume at like musical theater, basically, high school show.
Did you go to Samuel French to get the addresses to the casting,
No,
to the
they had
agents?
them. The
Okay.
manager had them.
Oh, okay.
I sent them out.
All right.
And he was, at that point, said, I helped Anthony and Scott and Eric get their agents. It was really easy for them, and they don't care. I'm going to make you do it yourself.
Okay.
Thanks. Really appreciate that. So I sent out 50 resumes and photographs. I got 2 responses. One was from Abrams, which is now it was Abrams Rubelov.
Okay. Yep.
And it was a mimeographed rejection letter that was sort of crooked, which I wish I had saved.
Yeah, man.
And then another was a meeting at Sutton Barth and Denari. They were starting a young people's department, and this woman Bo, she signed me. But they didn't think I was funny, and they never sent me out for comedies, which was weird.
Yeah, dude.
But I did get some commercials, and I got my SAG card. And
What was the first commercial you booked?
it was for a little video game called Encounter. Half of it was a calculator, and then you could slide it over, and it was a little video game.
I remember that.
Really?
I remember something sliding over. I don't know if that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I'm sure there were a bunch of them.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's true. Okay, so they
and then
caught.
I got that was when I became eligible, and then I got a few months later to the Yamaha commercial. I got my card.
Dean, you keep saying, what's the guy? Scott? Is that you?
Scott Dermage.
Do I know him?
No, he worked, and then he became a photographer. He was a dancer and a photographer. He died of AIDS.
Okay.
He's one of our great friends. He sort of left the business and started doing other stuff. It was great.
So you move in, and who do you move in with?
This guy's Scott. And so
I know Scott, but okay, go ahead.
Then we all moved into this penthouse apartment near MacArthur Park again because they were Anthony, Ali Sheedy, and Eric were going to USC. So we moved to this place near MacArthur Park so they could go to USC.
Okay.
It was this penthouse apartment, but it was beautiful, but it was filled with cockroaches.
Okay.
And so we all lived there. Then that place got condemned. So we found a house in Van Nuys. And so Eric and Ali and myself moved to this house in Van Nuys. And I was working at the Chinese Theater at the time. I was his head usher. I was making $3.65 an hour.
Wow, man. Okay.
And my roommates were movie stars. Ali had done Bad Boys and War Games, and Eric had just done this movie called The Killer in the Family with Robert Mitchum. It's a TV movie with James Spader and Lance Kerwin. Remember Lance Kerwin?
Yeah.
So that, and he was this hot actor, and then he did a couple movies, low budget movies. Oh, and then he did Fast Times. So then Eric got Fast Times.
And little did you know you'd be playing.
Yeah.
Okay, but go ahead.
I drove him to the audition.
You did?
Because I couldn't get an audition for it, so I went and thought maybe I could read. And so I went, and Amy Heckerling came out. She said, "Are you reading?" I said, "No." She said, "Come in and read for me." And so I read for the part of Timon. Still waiting to hear.
Yeah, man. Well, I got some bad news for you, brother.
Yeah. But Eric got the part. Eric got the part of one of the surfer buds, and so this guy Jeff would call the house.
Oh boy.
And I'd say,
Okay.
"Who's Jeff?" And there's this actor, it's Sean Penn. His name's Sean Penn. He likes to be called his character name, so you have to call him Jeff.
Okay. I love it.
So, but he had done that movie Tom Cruise,
Taps.
Taps, yeah. So Sean Penn had done Taps.
I love that movie.
I think. Yeah, Taps.
Yeah.
Right, with Tim Hutton.
Yep. Do you know Tim Hutton?
No.
Because I feel like he's Timothy Hutton, but to people who know him as Tim Hutton.
Right.
And if he was Tim Hutton, his friends would call him Timothy
it's like
Hutton.
saying Bobby.
Right. I wish I had a Bob name.
Yeah. So I was in Chinese theater Eric did a pilot called The Best Times.
And this was before or after the movie now? Because this is after Fast Times.
Yeah, after Fast Times.
So wait, his character was also in Fast Times?
Eric's?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the 2 Spicoli surfer buds.
No. I know who he is in the movie, but he came onto the series as well?
No. He did this other series called The Best Times.
Best Times. I was thinking of Fast Times. I'm sorry, Dean.
And he got me a speaking role, and that was my first speaking role. He got me an audition for that. That was my first speaking role, and I got a recurring on that. recurring
Okay.
role.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
went to series. It was called Things Are Looking Up. Not good, but it was fun. But I got a recurring gig on that, and then it's all this thing. We started studying at this place called the Loft Studio with Peggy Fury and Bill Tramer, and it was awesome. It was 8-week sessions, and you study one playwright every session. And so you'd see everybody doing Pinter, everybody doing Shaw, everybody doing Sam Shepard, Shakespeare, and it was great because you see everyone else's mistakes, and I'm doing the same thing. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
But the Loft is where Sean Penn, Michelle Pfeiffer, Crispin Glover, Nick Cage, all the like hot 80s.
Wow,
stuff.
I did not. I've never heard of this place. Nothing.
It was right over on La Brea. And so I ended up. And anyway, this one summer, 1984, I did an educational film called My Friend's an Alcoholic, and it went overtime so much that I made about $10,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I a lot of money on this thing. And so
Yeah.
I was bartending at this place called Ports on Santa Monica, across from Formosa's.
Were you still the usher? Were you still
No,
head
I
usher? Okay.
I quit that.
Okay.
And I thought, okay, it's been 4 years. I've been out here 4 years. I'm going to be an actor now. That's it. And my dad, who had tried to be an actor for a year, he said, time to pack it in. I'll pay for college, that. And so I got a pilot.
Dean, when your dad tells you to pack it in, does that lose steam in your drive to make it, or does it make you want to go for it even more?
Screw you, I'm gonna.
Okay.
And that was the whole impetus behind the thing. So I'd gotten a lead in a movie called Eye of the Hawk, which was about hawks killing these teenagers at a camp. And what happened was the producer, the guy who raised the money, he had a history of raising money for movies and then absconding with the money.
Okay.
But this one he was really going to make. But
Oh,
the FBI
this one really okay.
But the FBI caught up with him, put him in jail, and the movie got shelved.
Oh man.
Then I got a pilot for back in the old days when there were just 3 networks. The networks would do these TV movies with all the stars of their
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So they did this TV movie called High School USA with Michael Fox.
Yes,
Nancy
I've seen it.
McKeon.
Yes. Yes.
So Crispin Glover played this one part. So the movie obviously did really well because it had all that. And so then NBC said, well, let's make a TV series out of this. Well, we can't use any of the stars because they're already doing it.
Yeah.
So they did a pilot. Crispin Glover had done a part in it, and I knew Crispin from The Loft and admired him. He's an amazing actor. And
Was he like that? I'm sorry. Was he like that? The way he was on David Letterman, was he like that in class?
that thing on Letterman was an act.
Okay.
Yeah, he called me when that happened.
Really?
He said, can you videotape this for me? Something happened on Letterman. So I taped it.
Wow, that's cool. Okay.
So I got this part that Crispin didn't want to do because he didn't want to do TV anymore. So I got a part to pilot. And so the week before, my dad had sent me they called me and said, I'm going to pay for college. And so I called him and said, hey, I got this pilot, I'm making $7,500, and I'm going to be making $3,000 a week when this thing goes to series, which is a lot of money. After 3 days, I got fired because the network wanted what Crispin was doing. And I wrote it. You go to deancameron.com. I wrote a whole thing.
Really? I want to read it.
It's pretty intense, and it was a real wake-up introduction to showbiz and about the behind the scene stuff where you realize, oh, we're just these pawns because someone at the network said, if you don't get Crispin Glover in this show, your show doesn't have any chance. He ended up doing the weirdest performance you've ever seen. It's on YouTube.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
I want to check that out.
It's pretty nuts.
Okay.
But they still had to pay me.
Right,
so I
yeah.
had this money, so I had that, and I had the money from the thing, so I decided...
Were you devastated? Kicked
Yeah.
in the gut?
Oh, that's right. I was actually parking cars at that point, and then I got fired from parking cars because I did not show up to my parking cars job because I was doing a TV show.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I got the bartending job. Then I got the thing. Anyway, so end of December 1984, I booked a TV show called Spencer. We got a leading TV show.
Chad Lowe.
Chad Lowe and Grant Heslop, Academy Award winner Grant Heslop. We played the funny friends.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I haven't seen him in years and years.
But he's had a pretty interesting career,
yeah,
huh?
Grant was out of the business for a long time.
Yeah, and then he came back hard, big, stronger than ever as a producer.
Well, he came back as an actor, got a part in Congo.
Yes.
And then after that, it just snowballed, and then he and Clooney were friends. And then
how did him and Clooney? Was it because you guys all met on Facts of Life?
No. But I did do Facts of Life.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No, they just knew each other because everybody knew Clooney. And Clooney was a foregone conclusion. Because when you met Clooney, like, oh, he's going to be a movie star. Like,
yeah.
And every year he'd get a development deal at some network, and they just threw money at him. Remember one day he pulled up in a Porsche next to me. He goes, "Hey, nice car." He goes, "Yeah, I just got a residual." So I booked this series, and it went, and Chad dropped out because at that point all young actors were supposed to be movie stars.
Wait a second.
His brother was a movie star,
Yeah.
Rob, and his best friend Charlie Sheen was a movie star. And he's like, "Screw you, I'm going to go do movies." They recast the show after 8 episodes, and it did not do well.
Dean, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I remember that series, and I remember Chad always being the lead of it. I didn't know he just decided to quit in the middle of it.
They quit. He quit, and then they changed it to what it was called. I forgot what it's called.
But do you
we
think
did 7 more episodes? But it put me on the map. It was nice because I was at a. Well, here's talk about agents. So I had this agent. I moved to Joseph Helpon and Ricks. They're now Kazarian Spencer.
Yes.
They had started the young people's department, and I had this woman there, Vivian, who loved me, and just, not in a sexual way, but just
Sure,
really
yeah.
thought I was talented, and did everything she could for me. And I booked the pilot, the movie, Spencer, and then Fast Times, and Fast Times with her. And it was a small commercial agency, but I always tell actors, you want to find an agent who wakes up every day going, what can I do for this guy? What can I do? And my friend Stuart Fradkin, he had the same agent. He was with her too, and he said he'd go in and my picture would be up next to her desk. He's like, God damn it,
hang on one second. I gotta wait for that thing. That's the loudest thing in this whole show. For some reason, that vibrates really loud in the okay, go ahead.
Is this going on too long?
No, dude, Dean, please. I love every little detail you're saying. I literally love it all.
All right, so then...
And I'm sorry we get sidetracked a lot.
No, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
But there's all these lines. And I was living with this girl, Kathleen Wilthwaite, who's in everything.
Give me something she was in.
She was in...
Did you about to say The Big Picture?
No. The big thing she was in, I think she played the drug addict sister in ER.
Okay.
What else?
I'm better with movies than with ER.
It's the Patrick Swayze movie where he's the Zen bartender.
Yeah, dude. Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. She's in that. She sings in that.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
But she was from Santa Barbara, and I knew her from that. And we were just roommates, living with her. And she was doing movies and like working all the time, and I was working in Chinese theater, then parking cars, and all this stuff. So, but after Spencer, I got a call one day from his agent, William Morris, going, "I want to rep you." I was like, "No, I've got my agent. I love her." And I had this manager, Helen Sutherland, this big producer, and his wife, Fishburne, Florence Fishburne.
Right.
And it's like, "Helen, William Morris wants to sign you." She's like, "Well, you should maybe go there." But Vivian, so we tried to get Vivian to move to this other agency. Anyway, so I ended up moving over to William Morris.
What do you think reached out? Why did they reach out to you at this time? What do you think they saw? What do you
Spencer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Spencer, and so that was awesome. I mean, and at the time them and CAA were the two biggest agencies.
Yeah, they pretty
world.
much still, yeah.
And so then I did a TV movie called The Prince of Bel-Air with Mark Harmon, Kirstie Alley, Patrick Laborteaux, Don Swayze.
Yes.
Right?
I remember this movie, by the way.
Played a
Yes.
cool guy. And so Mark Harmon was talking about this movie he was going to do. Oh, wait, I totally skipped Fast Times. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to hear about Fast Times, man.
So,
by the way, Fast Times was before summer school?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's responsible for summer school. So, 1986, word came out, they're going to do a TV show, Fast Times. And everyone's like, oh, who's going to be the idiot who plays Spicoli? Oh, my God. And so
But those are gigantic shoes.
yeah, huge shoes. So, and I was...
Because everybody knows Spicoli.
Yeah.
They don't know any other characters
It's an
other than Damone that you're still waiting on to hear. But Spicoli was the biggest words.
Yeah, and it's a cultural reference, like, hey, Spicoli.
Yeah,
which
yes.
So, and I was still with Vivian at the time. And I got... I don't remember. But I got an audition for Spicoli. And I was like, well... And it was in the summer, in June. Well, I'm going to read for it, but I'm not going to do this part.
Dean, how far is it? How much time has passed since the movie and this?
The movie.
Fast Times at Richmond High.
Oh, I guess the movie came out in 82 or 83.
Okay.
So it's been a while.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
Okay.
So in June of that year, I go in and read. They keep bringing me back. It's getting really close. I tell the manager, I can't do Spicoli. I'm friends with Crispin Glover, who's friends with Sean Penn. They did the movie with Chris Walken.
Yes.
It's like, you're gonna play Spicoli? I don't know. Keep going back. There's this other guy named Casey Reeves. He's up for the part. Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
He's there. And
wait, by the way, are they telling you to go home and watch Spicoli from the movie? They don't. Do they want your own take on it?
I'd seen the movie, obviously, because everybody's seen the movie. Yeah, they want your own take on it, but there's also an expectation. And I was a brunette. I had sort of longish hair. I was a brunette. And then in December. December. So Peggy Fury, my acting teacher, in 1986, dies in a car crash.
Dang, dude.
And it's devastating. And everyone's fucking devastated. And so they asked her kids, her daughters, her husband asked me to speak at her memorial at the Mark Taper Forum. And so that's at the same day, I'm going to go to network for Fast Times. And one of the other people speaking was Sean Penn. And so we both say our piece, and I go from there to network here at CBS for Fast Times, and I'm the only one there for Spicoli. So I do the thing, okay, you got it. They tell me right in the room.
Really?
Yeah.
Right in the room.
Right in the room.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was
I wish
nice.
we were all like that.
Oh, jeez, God. Make life so much easier.
It's so much easier.
So, I think I was with Lee Morris. Yeah. So we do, and now also at this point, the first 3 days of anything I work on, I'm terrified. Because it was 3 days on the movie that got shut down. It was 3 days on the pilot I got fired, and I'm just terrified.
Yeah, I don't blame you one bit.
So 3 days, and they tell us after 3 days of shooting that you get a pickup for 7 episodes.
Okay.
Which again, is nice.
It's very nice. That's the exact opposite of what you've been getting.
Yeah. But I did find out that they were in dailies. I dyed my hair blonde and put a fall on the back, and the network was really pissed about that because they wanted to bring me Spicoli.
Was that your idea to dye the hair?
It was before. I mean, of course.
Okay.
Amy Hecklin directed the episode.
Yeah. She directed the episode episode 4 that I saw.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and So there was a moment there. I think there was talk of recasting at that point, which they always talk about casting. Yeah. Anyway, so I did the show and I pulled it off.
I thought you were great.
Yeah,
by the way, seriously, I'm
pulled
not
it
just
off.
saying that.
I got one bad review, which was in Time magazine, but still, just one bad review, and everything else was nice. But it was great because it put me on the map in Hollywood.
Yeah, it
because
did.
everyone wanted to know who's the poor sap who's getting the and it was me, and that was cool. and I heard through the grapevine that Sean Penn thought it was cool that I was doing it because of the loft and the
Nice. Okay, nice.
I don't
That's
know.
a good blessing to have,
Yeah,
especially because you don't want that guy's energy against you.
No. So while we were shooting Fast Times, Amy Heckerling was. Also in Fast Times was Patrick Dempsey, Courtney Thorne-Smith, Wally Langham, and I'm so bad with names. I'm old, so I forget names.
Well, yeah.
But Amy was talking about this movie she was going to direct in the summer called Summer School. It was a really good script, and she was telling Patrick and Wally, there's these two parts, these two guys, and you guys are perfect for these two parts of Chainsaw and Dave. And I'm like, I'd like to do a movie.
Yeah,
What about
man.
me? What am I, chopped liver? So Fast Times gets canceled. Fortunately, we're all very happy. Because we're young actors, we don't realize how lucky we are to have a TV series.
Right.
But it was a lot of pressure. That show was a lot of pressure. I mean, relatively no pressure, but
Yeah, but
when
I
you're-
get it.
When you're 24, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So that summer at Paramount, Carl Reiner had another movie that he was going to direct at Paramount.
That's right. I forgot he directed.
It fell through. They gave him the pick of any script. And he said, oh, I like the Summer School. So Amy got booted off of Summer School. They had auditions. I got the script for Summer School. I read it and went, oh, this is my part. I'm doing this job. I'm telling my girlfriend, I'm going to get this movie. And I never feel that way. So I went in and read and went back. And I read with Gary Riley, who ended up playing my friend, and the guy who played the older brother in E.T., Robert McNaughton.
Yes.
Read with him. They're both great. And here's a good story for you actors. Carl Reiner at one point in the audition gave me this really bad direction. Like horrible. The stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I went, oh, it's Carl Reiner. He must know something.
Yeah.
So I tried it.
Guy who directed Jerk.
Yeah. And oh god, I mean, it's a
just a bunch of movies.
Caesar shows.
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke.
show.
Yeah.
So okay, it's Carl Reiner, comedy legend. I'll do this horrible thing, and I did it, and it sucked. And he went, bad idea. Let's move on. Did the thing anyway. So I get the gig, and while we're shooting, and it took a while for negotiations. It was very tense.
Why was it so tense, I wonder? Because it's Carl Reiner, or was it?
Because there were a lot of moving parts.
There was a lot of characters.
A lot of characters, and in the script, in the final movie, Chainsaw and Dave sort of got elevated, in the editing. But in the script, it was everyone was sort of like this.
Okay.
So,
Did you know it was getting elevated at the time, or did you?
No.
Okay.
So while we're shooting, a couple weeks in, Carl Reiner comes up and he goes, hey, remember in the audition when I gave you that horrible direction? I was like, yeah. He goes, I did that to test you, because, can I swear here?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
He goes, yeah, I wanted to test you because I could tell you're a motherfucker. And
I love
you're
it.
a cocky motherfucker.
But we needed that in that movie.
Yeah, but he wanted to see if I could take direction.
Yeah, awesome.
And listen, and he could, so.
That's really important to know, because we are throwing a lot of things in the callback room, and we need to know that we are going to be tested.
Yeah,
sometimes.
and on set too. And there's something to be said for if you're doing a performance and the director gives you bad direction, or what you think is bad direction, it might actually be bad, or it might be something you didn't think of. So
Yeah.
it's a fine line, and one of the things about the class is you're able to. I mean, Peggy would always say, "I want you to be able to function on your own because there are a lot of bad directors out there, and you need to be able to direct yourself. Figure out what you're doing."
Is this Peggy, the lady who passed in the car accident? Oh, wait, let me ask you one thing about her really quick. What's the biggest thing that she taught you as an acting teacher?
Go for it. Like, just bring yourself to the part and have fun with it.
And that's much easier said than done to go for it, because when you get on screen, I mean on the set, you got a camera, you got about 75 people behind that, and you're like, everyone's facing you.
Yeah. Well, I always joke is like, before the camera goes like, action.
Yes.
So hard.
Dude, I find myself doing that. I hate that I do that.
There's a teacher here, he's a teacher, his name's Jack Klopnik. And one of one of the things he says is approach everything like it's auditions, like it's your ninth take. Like the director said, we got it, we're just gonna play now, see what happens. And that's a really important thing to be able to do. So yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to summer school. I love everything you're saying.
So I do summer school, and it was good. It was a good movie.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Here's the way I was thinking about it last night. Do you ever see Overboard, the original?
Yeah.
Do you love that movie?
Yeah.
Okay. What movie do you love from the 80s?
Tootsie.
Tootsie.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I love that even more because Bill Murray's in it. It was like he was uncredited at the beginning. I guess what I'm trying to say is people love summer school.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. And I felt like that the chainsaw part is iconic.
Yes.
When I read it, I thought this is an iconic part, and it's great. And it was so well written. This guy Jeff Franklin wrote these amazing characters. The script was so good. I got to improv and ad-lib a lot, but the character he wrote was great. There was stuff they cut out. The script was much darker.
Really?
Yeah, it was darker. The kids were a little more scarier, and Carl Reiner sort of lifted it up. Like, for example, the movie that Chainsaw and Dave were really into was this movie called Freaks by Todd Browning. And that was the movie we showed in class.
Yes.
But we screened it because it was not on video at the time. There was nothing was on video. And we screened it, and it's a weird freaking movie. And near the end, there's the guy gets covered in duck feathers. And
right.
And he's in this little cave going, Carl goes, this is a scary, horrible movie. Let's just make the movie make the movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre show on the film. And I looked over at Jeff Franklin, and he was bummed because there was a parallel to Freaks.
Oh.
And the kids in the class, we were the Freaks of the school. Anyway.
Is Jeff Franklin the same guy who writes for like Full House?
Created Full House. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the movie comes out, but it's the summer of Lost Boys. And Lost Boys comes out 2 weeks before us, and we get sort of overshadowed by Lost Boys. We don't get good reviews. Remember, we all went over to Patrick Laborato's house to watch.
I'm sorry, whose house?
Patrick Laboratoe.
Wait, which one is he?
He played the football player in school. He was in Little House on the Prairie. He's been in everything.
Okay.
We went over to his house because Siskel and Ebert were going to review Summer School, and they did not like it.
But little did we know that's a good sign sometimes when they don't like it, because that becomes a cult legend. I mean, a cult classic.
Yeah, I mean, reviews don't matter.
I gotta wait for that guy. All right, so just no noise today. Hang on. Here we goes.
Lights.
Okay.
So it wasn't as huge as we had all hoped it would be. It wasn't like a John Hughes movie or something.
At that time.
Yeah. So, yeah, at the time. But out of that, I got a development deal at Paramount for a movie and a television show. We're going to develop a television series and a feature film for me. And so I couldn't do anything. So I was sort of tied to Paramount for a while, and then this writer's strike came. And
That was in 87, 88?
Yeah.
Okay.
88, I think.
88, yes, 88. That's when I moved out here.
Okay, and I squeaked in. I got a job in this horror film produced by Gail and her called Bad Dreams. And then the strike came, and I didn't work for a year and a half. And all of the momentum,
Oh, man.
yeah, all the momentum that I built up, and all of this drive and energy for the last 7 years just stopped. And it was devastating. Literally devastating. And also the stuff I was been reading at this point, I didn't connect to anything that they had with Bad Dreams or Summer School. It was all sort of preachy, and it was, I don't know. And I was having a hard time with this girl that I was with, and just in my life, and this thing sort of slowed way down. And also, at the time, there was a difference between movies and TV. You were either a movie actor or a TV actor.
Yeah.
And so they were really pushing for me to be in movies at Wayne Morris. And wouldn't send me up on guest star. Like, doing guest star stuff was just out of the question.
And this is William Morris making these decisions?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the plan, because everybody else with them were movie stars. Right? So, okay. But I just wasn't getting these gigs. So I moved over to ICM, same sort of thing. I got this thing called Men at Work. No, I did Rockula. Rockula broke my heart too. So Rockula.
I saw a piece of Rockula last night.
So my wife, when my wife was my girlfriend.
My wife?
When my wife was my girlfriend years ago, I was putting a reel together, and at the end I had this thing from Rockula. She goes,
Okay.
She goes, what is that? I go, well, back in the 80s, they used to make movies called Rockula, and they put me in it. So, but Rockula was the first movie where I carried it, right? I was the guy, right? And I got to sing and play guitar on it, and great. And, it was a Canon film, but Canon would do these movies, and so...
I missed the Canon logo and everything.
Yeah, but right before that came out, Canon went under. Went bankrupt, so the movie never came out. Went straight to video a couple years later. And again, heartbreaking. These things just stopped. And so, and I'm with these people like, we're gonna just send you up on movies. I'm starting to lose my hair, getting older, shit's getting weird. I do Men at Work, and then
I love Men at Work, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a sweet movie. And things just slowed down, and then I don't work for a while, for a year and a half or so, and I get offered just ski school, so I do ski school, and
Ski School 1 and 2.
Well, ski school 1, then I did some other stuff, but I did some other movies, and they were not great movies, but it was better than working a job.
Yeah,
so I did them and pay my rent for a year, and that was nice. And then I did this, we were doing this movie called Grey Night, and it was George Hickenlooper directed it.
Wait, what else did he do? I know that dude.
He did the Apocalypse Now documentary.
Yes, okay.
He's no longer with us, unfortunately. But, and the whole first 20 pages, it was a movie, Adrian Pasdar and a guy from LA Law.
Mark Harmon? No, not Mark. What's that other dude's name?
No, not Jimmy Smits, the blonde guy.
Yeah, married to the wife from Real House of Beverly Hills. That guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
So it was them. It was a Civil War zombie movie.
A Civil War zombie
Yeah.
movie? Wow.
So the first 20 pages was all exposition, and so it was me, Billy Bob Thornton. Anyway, people and the guy from Friends who plays Joey.
Yes, Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc. This is before Billy Bob Thornton's Billy Bob Thornton. He's just that guy from Arkansas.
Yeah.
And we're all, Civil War zombies, and I believe that's the movie where Billy Bob came up with the character for Sling Blade.
Really?
Because he talks about he's doing a horrible movie, sitting in his room, going, just looking in the mirror, going, blah. So I think that was.
That's great.
So Matt LeBlanc drove this giant 4Runner that was hopped up on big wheels and stuff, and we're shooting out in the desert. It's a million degrees. We're out there on these things, and I remember looking at him going, well, this is a funny story. I have two great stories from him. So looking at him, and he had done a bunch of pilots for Fox, and they never hit. And I said, well, my career may be over, but God, I'm glad I'm not him, because he's going nowhere.
Yeah.
So I remember sitting on the hill, and I'm wearing this Civil War uniform, and I've got white things and contacts in my eyes, and I'm just thinking, it's over. I'm done. This is 1995, and it was over. That was the last movie I did. And after that, I started temping, and then I got a job in Las Vegas doing at Caesar's Magical Empire, where I was a singing wizard.
Okay, well, Dean, hang on a second. You're doing this temping stuff.
Yeah.
You were a few years earlier. You're doing movies. Now you're temping.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? What's going on in your head, dude? Are you like, why am I out here? What are you thinking?
I don't know. Well, I have no skills. I could type.
I can't even type. But go ahead.
I could type because I had early on I got an internet account back when it was text-based.
Yeah.
So I could type. But the thing that sucked about it was, the narrative, if you've been doing movies and now you're temping, is that you blew your mind out on heroin or something really exciting and fun. I didn't drink. I didn't drink, do drugs or anything. And people come in like, hey man, you all right? Like, what are you doing here? Like, well, I ran out of money. I got to work, right? So.
Did that kill you each time somebody came up to you?
Oh yeah, it's horrible. And this pity, it just sucked. And so, but I had to do it. I had to eat, I had an apartment. So it was bad. So I called from 1996 to 2000, the bad old years. Now, I was writing. I started writing because everyone said, you should write something for yourself. So Patrick Laboratory and I wrote a screenplay called Hollywood Palms. And the initial idea was I'd done this movie called Sleep With Me, with Eric Stoltz and Craig Sheffer. And
what happened to Craig Sheffer, by the way?
He's around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should talk to him about it.
Oh, okay. Do you know him, by the way? I mean, do you still?
I know enough to say hi.
Okay.
I did this movie, and there were 5 writers. There were all these friends from UCLA: Neil Jimenez, Rory Kelly, Roger Hedman, and they each wrote us a party scene for these movies, and they put the script together, and it was this really cool movie. Went to the Cannes Film Festival, and that was cool. Yeah, like I went to the Cannes Film Festival, then went and did ski school too, and then 2 months later I started temping. So yeah, that was my life.
Okay, so that was from '94 to 2000. Tell me your build back
up. So Patrick Laboratory and I wrote this script called Hollywood Palms. Originally we had other writers. But anyway, it ended up being Patrick and my movie. It kept getting optioned. Getting a couple $1,000s here and there. I went to Vegas. I then learned to start code because the internet was taking off. I learned HTML, so I said, you should learn HTML. I learned HTML. I got a job. I developed the first internet social media thing called Tight Circle, which was this email discussion group in email with a friend. It was a friend's idea. He did all the hardcore coding. I just coded the front end. And so did that. And on the strength of that, I got a job at this games company called iWin, and was making really good money. I also had jumped back in and gotten a commercial agent. And from the commercial agent, I was at a party for this guy, Phil Tanzini.
Yeah, how do I know? I know that dude.
He's a voiceover kid. So
okay, yeah, I know that guy.
So there's a voiceover agent who said, you should do voiceovers. I said, I don't have a demo. He goes, you don't need a demo. I'll sign it. So I started doing a couple voiceovers here and there. And that started going good, but I was still, I got this job at this games company. And then Patrick calls me and says, we had several green lights for Hollywood Palms. We even had auditions, and we kept losing the money. Finally got the money. We're making Hollywood Palms. He's like, okay, I don't believe you. He's like, I know, I don't believe it either.
Because you've been punched so many times, because the road's really hard.
And I'm at this point, got a job, I got a 9-to-5 job. I'm making $50,000 a year, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Health plan, all that stuff, you know. And the most important thing is, the thing that I loved about coding was the amount of work you put in was equal to the amount that comes back.
Wow, okay,
And
interesting.
it was really satisfying for me. After years of having no control over my life, I could control what was going on. It was really important. Hollywood gets made. I'm in it. And people at Island were like, you're gonna go do a movie and keep your job? I'm like, yeah, can I? I'm like, okay. So I'm able to do that. Movie comes out. I mean, the movie's good. It's a good movie. It's made a couple years too late. It's a little talky, but at the time, my manager and my agents, they don't come to the screening. They never came to the set, and I went, screw showbiz. I'm done. I don't want to act anymore. I'm done. I'm gonna code. I'll do these voiceovers because I can go in for an hour and make scale, right? So I did that. So from 2000 to 2010, basically, that's what I did. I would occasionally do stuff. I did a recurring role in a series because I knew the guy who created it.
Which one was that?
It's called Mr. Sterling. It was Josh Brolin.
Yes.
He was an idealistic senator. And I had this amazing voiceover. Great voiceover career. It was either very sincere guy or if they couldn't afford Adam Carolla, they'd get.
Okay.
And also, I was also in huge amount of debt from the 5 years of not working with Tampa.
Wait, you can get into debt in this business?
Yeah.
Okay, go
All
ahead.
this credit card debt. So I got out of debt and met the woman who is now my wife. I was doing theater, still doing theater. That was fun. Directing theater, acting in it. But I didn't audition for anything. Just didn't have an agent, didn't care. And got married. And then the financial meltdown happened, right? And everything stopped. The voiceover career stopped. We lost our house. It was all really bad. It's bad. Started.
Again, now, all this would be okay if it was your own fault, like the heroin product, the heroin thing that you said earlier. Yeah. But none of this is your fault. It's just what's been served.
I mean, maybe we could have planned better. I don't know. Who knows?
There's no security in this business. No matter how much security you think there is, there's none.
Because I was making a certain amount of money doing voiceovers, and I went and folded, and I was doing freelance web stuff, mainly doing voiceovers. That was my main thing for about 5 years. And then when that stops, though, you can't. Who knows? I used to do 2 or 3 a month. Now I do maybe 2 or 3 a year if I'm lucky. So I found a 9-to-5 job again, and rented a place in Burbank. I had a child at the same time. It was really bad. And then I play music, and so also all this time, I was in a band. We had a record out. We got signed and all that. Nothing happened with it.
But at least you got signed.
Yeah,
I know
it was
a lot
cool.
of people came.
I checked off all these boxes, but they were on different paper.
Right.
Got back on my feet. I was coding, and so I play in this karaoke band called Karaoke, and the conceit is that we were the Corys from the '80s, and that because Michael Jackson had molested us, he promised us that we could open for him if we got good enough at our instruments. So we'd dress up in '80s wigs and members-only jackets.
That's funny.
And so we played a party for an agent. And after the gig, he goes, "So what's up with your acting?" I'm done. He goes, "Why?" Well, no one cares. He goes, "Well, what would it take?" I go, "I need someone who wants to get me the career I should have had." He goes, "I could get you the career you should have had."
What year was this?
This is 2010-ish. And I'm working at Ticketmaster, coding at Ticketmaster. And I don't know what I'm doing. I got hired there, and they put me in another department but every day I'd go, I don't know what I'm doing. They go, nah, don't worry about it.
By the way, when you're doing
Which is
these,
why the Ticketmaster price is so high.
Oh, okay.
Because they pay you a lot of money to do that.
by the way, are people still coming up to you at Ticketmaster going, hey, dude, were you in summer school? What are you doing
It
here?
happens every day.
Every day?
Every day. Not so much now, but people recognize my voice now. But yeah, at the time, it's like, what's going on? And at that point, I had made peace with all that. And so yeah, I just don't do it anymore. This is more satisfying. I like this. So without trying, so this guy had sent me out. There's this agency called Prestige. This guy named Jay something. Another heartbreaking story there. So
Sounds like if you don't remember his last name.
yeah, so he starts sending me out, and he's like, "What we're gonna do is you're gonna start like you're just starting out, and we're just gonna get your resume up to date. You're gonna do one-liners on stuff, and then we're gonna bump you up to guest stars." Okay, great. So I go out and I book them without trying, and there's something great about going to an audition, and going, "I got to get out of here.
Yes.
I have a meeting. I don't want to be." And so I started booking.
Because instead of, oh, I need this job, I need this job. Yeah,
I really want to please you. I hope you like me.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
You're wasting my time.
Right. Yeah, I want that guy.
Right. So I started working, and I booked like 5 gigs in 1 year, which I'd never done that much. And my wife is an editor. And so about when my son was 5, I turned 50, my mother died, and my wife wanted to bump up her editing career, and I realized I hated coding because at this time, when I started in the internet, it was the Wild West, and it was really fun and exciting. At this point, it was just corporate hell and middle managers and people screwing with you just to screw with you. And I thought, well, if I'm gonna eat shit, I might as well just go back and act. Be an
Amen,
actor,
brother.
right?
Yeah. It's my math.
So the bride and I had a conversation. I said, I'm going to stay, because I was also missing my son. I'd come home, I'd be bummed from work, and sleep all weekend, depressed. I said, I'll be a stay-at-home dad, work when I can, you build your editing career. Now she's editing on How to Get Away with Murder.
Awesome.
She's
Awesome.
great. Doing great. So I started working with her, and we started getting good parts, and things are great. And then my agent moved to Abrams in New York. Prestige shut down. And I had signed with a hotshot manager, fairly hotshot, and they were really gung-ho for a while. And I also write, but they never really liked anything I wrote, and ended up leaving them. And anyway, so now I'm back. I've got a fairly good agent. He's great. This guy Tyler is, again, what can I do? Wakes up, what can I do for Dean Cameron? It's awesome. But it's been, I haven't worked in a minute. It's been a couple years.
Dean, can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I want to say to you. And I'm very selective when I say this. I don't say this to everyone. I've been focusing on you the past few nights.
Okay.
Watching your stuff, checking you out. Dean, I think you've got a major comeback that's about to happen, bigger than you've ever had in your whole career. You've got a great look, you're interesting, you're fascinating. Hang on.
Yeah, well,
But hang on, because there's something big around I see a series regular gig for you. I'm not just saying this, I just want you to really know that I think your prime is now.
it seems like it could be.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Seems like it's time.
So don't lose that hope, and I know you're not, but go for it more so than ever before. Call your people, bug them, because Dean, you are somebody in this business. You're it's not like who? No, dude, you're Dean Cameron, man.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
But in the last few years, the band I was in, the guys in the band, two of the guys in the band are now in this thing called Steel Panther, which is this
I've heard of Steel Panther.
fake heavy metal band.
Oh yes.
They're hilarious. They're one of the funniest comedy troupes you've ever seen. But they play this music, and Russ, the guitar player, is a musical genius, and he was the guitar player in the band I was in. So I did some videos for them. Realized I like directing. Started directing some shorts. Richard Horvitz and I, a guy from summer school, directed these little shorts.
Which one is he from summer school?
He was the geek.
Okay, yes.
He encouraged me to do that. So I directed a short a couple of years ago called The Bug. And from that, guy who was a producer on Spencer, Cy Rosen, said, I've got these 2 shorts, would you direct them? So I directed them to one that I'm finishing this week. It's with Ed Asner, Diane Cannon, Peter Bonners, Otis Day, and Christina Pickles. It's called Five Old Comedy Writers Talking Shit.
I love it.
Yeah, but I got to direct these icons. Right?
Dude,
Amazing
awesome.
People, so, and the other short, it's called Little Victories. Got Matt Walsh from Veep.
Yeah.
And we've been winning awards at festivals and stuff like that. So I really like directing. It's tough now for guys like us.
Yeah.
I have some director friends who are guys like us.
Yeah.
And they say it's not good for guys like us. But that's something I have to do. And what I really like is get a series regular.
It's going to happen.
And parlay that into a director.
It's going to happen.
I hope so.
Dean, we're going to wind down.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a few quick questions.
I was 17. It was great.
Okay. When you were living with the dude from Mask, Eric Stoltz, were you with him? Was he living with you when Back to the Future happened?
No, but I knew him.
What was his life? I know this is not about other people, it's about you, but just from a friend point of view, what was that like for him?
I'm not real comfortable talking about that.
I get it. Okay,
but I
that's
will tell
totally
you this.
fine.
I will tell you
Yeah.
this. We talked about it a couple of years ago in this. He said something to the effect of, "I'm glad it happened, but that happened and it put his life on a different track that he's happy with." So,
Well, good. Good.
Yeah, but it was very. We had the same manager. I mean, the day he got fired, I was with him. But that's his.
Okay. Now, summer school, what do people come up and on the streets, what did they tell you the most?
Well, this is really nice. I've been doing what I call has-been autograph conventions.
Okay. I would love to go to that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
But I meet people who are makeup artists because they watch summer school.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think that's just really good.
That is
because
awesome.
of you, I felt like, they get me, and this is something I can do, and that's something that's really nice.
My favorite part, and unfortunately you're not saying, but it's you and your partner, what was the guy's name?
Jerry Riley. Or
Y'all's
Dave.
y'all's chemistry was golden.
great.
Did they ever talk about a spin-off of those 2 characters? Okay, because seriously, it's golden. My favorite part is when you fail the test and he passes,
Right.
but he's willing to take it again.
Yeah, it's nice. No, that's that writing. Like that is such a really intricate
Yes,
relationship.
and it
right
means
there.
so much to me. I loved it. Alf. You did Alf. Tell me, you got an Alf story
I've
before
got
we
an Alf
close it
story,
down.
and this is there's DeanCameron.com. I write about this, but okay. So Alf, I was with ICM. I wasn't working. I'd done Men at Work, and they were about to boot me. Oh, I missed a whole thing with Stuart Fratkin. They Came from Outer Space. I did a TV series. This guy Stuart Fratkin, where we were alien brothers, and it was the greatest 6 months of my life.
Really?
Yeah. Stuart Fratkin, who I met on ski school, we went in together on this audition for this TV show called They Came from Outer Space. We ad-libbed the whole audition, and the producer goes, "Hated the acting, loved the writing, but they canceled." They canceled everybody else's auditions and
Really?
yeah, and
That's awesome.
yeah. So-
Wow, I never hear that they canceled auditions because they found the guy.
yeah.
That's awesome.
But that was great, and Stuart was still a great friend. But that was a big chapter. But that had happened also before.
Okay, I'm going to do research on that because I want to know more about that. They
There's-
came from outer
I think
space.
there's a couple episodes online,
Okay.
and I know it's streaming too. And the first 10 episodes were the second 10 episodes were awesome.
Okay. Good to know.
Alf. So Alf was happening at a sort of not a good time. A girlfriend who I had spent all this energy on had gone to New York and then disappeared. And we had just moved in together, and she left me. So I was doing Alf, and I did not want to do Alf. but I did Alf.
Why didn't you want to do Alf? Because
was
you're
Alf.
okay.
It was
That's
a
what I
snob.
thought. That's
Yeah.
what I thought. I'm just making
But-
sure.
But everyone was very nice. But here's the thing about Alf is they give you a paper that says, do not call Alf the puppet.
What?
Refer to Alf as Alf. And when you do also I like doing live sitcoms in
Yeah.
front of the audiences.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh well, this would be good because I like doing that. If they didn't do a shoot in front of an audience because
Really?
because of Alf.
Wow. Okay.
So because
okay.
they taped for 2 days because of there are trenches in the floor and puppets and things. So
Who
and
had
they don't want people to see how Alf looked.
Okay.
But you know, you've done sitcoms, right?
Yeah, yeah.
On Monday you get the script,
Yeah.
and you do a read through, and it's okay, and then by the end of the week it's great.
Right,
Well,
right.
on Monday you get the script, and it's great, and everybody's funny, every character has great lines, and then by shooting time, your part sucks, and Alf has all the funny lines. Alf, it was all Alf, and after 2 weeks, I did 3 episodes. After 1 week, I was just bummed because like they took all my funny lines and they gave them to Alf. And imagine doing that for, I think it was 4 years this show had been on. So the cast was over it. It was at their last season. Max Wright, who just died recently.
He was the older
dad.
man. Yeah.
So Max, I always say, he was this New York theater actor. He said to his friends, I'm going to go do this stupid show about this alien and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Right? And 4 years later, he's the dad on Alf.
Yeah.
And he's still trying to work and do good stuff. Right now, I might have seen a bar in his room, a full stocked bar in his
God
dressing
bless
room.
him. He had some other
Yeah, he had
episodes
some
too.
Yeah. So maybe I saw that.
Maybe.
Maybe. So this is one of my favorite showbiz stories. So they're blocking a scene, and the woman who plays the mother comes down the steps and says, "You know what? Do I really need to be in this scene? I feel like I don't need to be here." And her daughter goes, "Yeah, I don't either." And Max goes, "You know what? You always say that." And so at this point, the crew stops and they just sit back and they go, "Oh, this happens a lot." So they just all stop. Okay, tantrum time. So Max goes off, and what he's saying is, I side with him. He's like, "You know, I'm sick of working with people who'd rather be shopping," which is a great line.
Yeah.
Because you do this, and so the mother storms off, the daughter storms off, they leave, and then Max goes, and I'm standing next to the producer like this. Max goes, "Put us on sticks. We're the puppets. We're the puppets," and he storms off, and so like clockwork, the AD goes, "All right, stand-ins," and they block the scene with the stand-ins. And I'm looking at the producer, the creator, who's also the voice of Alf.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. It's like, I'm thinking, how can I do a show with just puppets? That's what he's. And so I look at him and I go, "Does Alf throw tantrums?" Because I'm a cocky motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Okay, cool."
That's
So
awesome,
that's my
man.
favorite.
That's
one of my
awesome.
favorite showbiz stories. Max Wright, I love you. Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah, man.
And I didn't tell that story for years out of respect for
Well,
Max.
it's nice. It's nice.
And there's more on. There's a whole thing on deancameron.com.
Okay, I'm going to check that out. Dean, is there anything else I need to know about you before we shut it down?
I'm a tender and attentive lover.
Okay. Dean, one last favor.
But you knew that.
Oh, I knew that. Dean, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Tell everybody bye out there.
Bye out there.